The number one show I know that we all agree on is Break the Bank with Lerk and Deion.
Welcome back to another episode of the Break the Bank podcast. This is your boy Lerk. As always, I'm with my guys X and Deion. For the very first time, posting on the Break the Bank YouTube channel. This is a new thing for us. How you guys feeling?
I don't know why you keep saying as always. This is probably the second podcast we've done together since May.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean, X is like a woman's period. He popped through like once a month.
Bro, I'm gainfully employed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Deion finally back in the workforce and he talking shit. You know what I'm saying? God forbid I got a job.
But welcome to all the new listeners and welcome back to all the people that's been with us from the beginning. First things first, Liz Cambage got rocked at a scrimmage game. I believe they was playing against Nigeria. Apparently, she threw out some racial slurs, which is crazy given her ethnicity. But apparently, she threw out some racial slurs and one of them made her pay the price for it. She dropped her, put on the chairs. She didn't even try to defend herself. Her teammates didn't try to defend her, which I liked. But she didn't even try to defend herself. She just got up, looked at the camera, and said, "Did you get that? Did you get that?" X.
Bro, she had said some racist shit about the Nigerians back when she was playing for Australia. I don't know if it was the Olympics or some worldwide competition. So she been on that racist time. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Nigerians was probably waiting for her ass. And then when she acted up, and she threw a cheap shot, you know what I'm saying? She definitely threw a cheap shot. And then she got her shit smoked and she deserved it. And honestly, she an asshole, bro. I don't like her. I'm gonna be real. Like, she just an asshole to me. So I'm glad she got her shit rocked.
Yeah, I low-key forgot about when she threw her arm across Shorty's face and tried to break her shit. And I don't know if it can't be a coincidence that at the same time the report come out that about her time with the Los Angeles Sparks and she had some quotes in there and there was some teammates coming at her on Twitter throwing subs and one of them even told the publication to come see her for the truth. So apparently she's not really well liked.
No, she's a dickhead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She claims she didn't say it, and now she's talking about she wants to play for the Nigerian national team. So I don't know what type time she be on. I don't know. She a different type of person, though.
I know she was going to therapy for, I think, anxiety. Sounds like she might need to go to therapy for something else if she's talking about playing for the Nigerian national team now.
Was she Nigerian?
No, she's from Australia. She violated the Nigerians national team more than once because this was against them again, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it just don't make no sense. Like, why would they want her? Why would she want to go there? She needs to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess like maybe I don't know. Does Australia stink? Like, that'd be a good reason to play for Nigeria if they're better.
Nah, Australia better.
Australia's
They were.
I mean,
well, they had her
the
though.
women's team, right? Like you still talking about the women's team, right, X?
Bro, first of all, that's misogynistic to assume that I don't know what I'm talking about because it's the women.
Nah,
yes.
I'm just making sure that you're aware of that because the Australian national team for the men got some decent NBA players over there carrying them. I don't know so much about the Australian national team for the women's.
I know they was in the Olympics when she was talking crazy. And then
But I mean,
her own team,
like,
Australia didn't even let her play.
She's like a top 3 to 5 women's basketball player in the world. So like, if she's sitting there like, yo, Australia is only better than them because of me, but like Nigeria is better the rest of the way, like I guess I get it. I don't know nothing about like national team women's basketball. I know they all gonna lose to America. You can play for whatever country you want. You still gonna get 50 piece.
This is facts. It don't matter men's or women's. This is more than likely the outcome when you're talking about the Olympics. But let's move on to the other side of basketball. James Harden video went viral. I believe it was at a basketball camp over there in China where he started talking about Daryl Morey's a liar and he'll never be a part of any organization that he's a part of. Now, Deion, you being the conspiracy theorist that you are, what's your take on this? How serious is he about this, or was this just a little what do you call that, publicity stunt because he's in China and the whole shit that happened before with Daryl Morey's comments?
No, I think he's dead serious. I mean, no shot. You're gonna find this clip. You're way too lazy and incompetent as a producer. But last year,
That's crazy. The disrespect is real. That's crazy.
last year when he signed that contract, I said this makes no sense. Something's wrong. And my conspiracy at the time was he signed a 1+1 under the assumption that this year he would get the full 4-year deal that takes him up to that like 38-year-old plateau or whatever, right? And then he opts in to the contract. And my thought was he opts in, they're going to add 3 years on. None of that happened. The only reason he would have done those two things is if Daryl Morey told him, like, yo, we're going to give you a contract that they're not giving him. And now he's saying, well, trade me if you're not going to give me the contract. And now they won't trade him. So I don't know. I'm not necessarily on his side because I think James Harden's a bitch. But I mean, maybe in this one specific situation, he's right. But he's still a bitch. He was going to go running for the hills one way or the other, no matter what.
And honestly, it's very funny that it's the Clippers he wants to go to. It's not for basketball reasons. It's just because he knows that Bowman don't give a fuck about the luxury tax, and he'll pay him the full max because it's just money at that point. You know what I'm saying? Fuck flexibility. Like, he'll give him the bag if he thinks it'll get him closer to competing for a chip. And there's no other team that's going to go that far into the tax to pay him a full max for the next 4 years. Like, no team's going to do that. But he's like, yo, over there, they're already committed, pot committed to fucking Kawhi and PG. They'll throw me the bag, and then I'll just age gracefully and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not for basketball reasons.
How do we go from them being basketball lovers, like they had a little bromance going all the way back to Houston.
It was convenient.
Harden forced his way to Philly supposedly because of Morey, and now he's out there bashing him.
He doesn't get the bag from Morey, and it was convenient. Look, man, Morey wants superstars because he understands basketball is a superstar-driven league. He did what he had to do to get Harden, and it made sense, right? He loved Morey because Morey practically built the Rockets around him. He went out and got Chris Paul because he wanted him, because Harden said to get him, and then he got rid of Chris Paul when he said to get rid of him. So he figured, fuck it, I could go over there and Morey's going to be my little puppet, and he's going to give me what I want. And now Morey's looking at it like, yo, Embiid's a ticking time bomb, and there's no way in hell I'm going to commit 3-4 years to Embiid, to Harden at a full match. Like, he's clearly, I'm not going to say washed, but he's on the downside of his career, so.
I mean, Harden's still like a Jaylen Brown getting a super max. I'm giving Harden the max.
Yeah, but 4 years though.
Worry about that in 2. I'm gonna worry about that in 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's this day and age, very easy to get off contracts. New TV deal is gonna make that even easier. It's like the people that signed contracts last year and this year are gonna be the best contracts in the league, minus Jaylen Brown, a year or two from now, right? Supermax is obviously different because that's a percentage of the cap and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I would give it to him. I mean, what else are you going to do? Like, he's still a top 20 player in the league, and that might even be like a generous number. He might be higher than that.
I think Morey is looking at cap space after next season. I'm going to have max cap space available. I can extend Maxey. I'll have him bid. I'll get a younger star. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, that'll probably give me a better chance of winning the title than whatever Harden's going to be the year after this one. So he's like, oh, fuck it. Like, no. If they didn't have any cap flexibility or the potential for cap flexibility, I think he throws Harden in the bag. But he's looking at it, he's playing the odds. Like, I feel like whatever we get for agency a year from now is better than whatever you're going to give us at that point in time. So I'm not going to commit because we clearly are they're clearly not a championship contending team right now. So why lock in a team that can't win a ring and fucking handcuff yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make any sense. And that's not the type of GM Morey is. Now, Morey may swing for the fences and miss, but he's always going to swing for the fences. And locking Harden in now is a safe move, but it's a move that probably guarantees Morey gets fired. And he's like, fuck it. I'm gonna go see if I can go get a chase star hunting in free agency.
That sounds like what's going to get him fired.
Now, if Embiid asks for a trade, which is coming, I think that gets him fired.
I don't think you're going to get anybody better than Harden next year in free agency in Philly. I really don't.
Does this
who even is a free agent next year?
Next year, I would have to look.
Does this move by Harden help him get to where he wants to go?
No.
He has no market. No one's gonna give it. It's a catch-22. No one's gonna give anything of value. And Morey, for better or worse, is like, I'm not just gonna trade you for fucking expirings because it doesn't help me any this year. So who's gonna give up something of actual value for him?
I mean, I do think X, if you're correct in what you think Morey wants to do, then I would trade him for expirings. Because I'd rather have expiring contracts that want to be in Philly than a guy that's not going to want to be there. Like, if the whole point is like, yo, we're going to let this dude walk and try to sign somebody, then why not just get some guys that want to be there?
I'm looking at free agency. It's not pretty, but maybe just flexibility. But again, remember, free agency is pretty much dead, right? If there's a team, and I'm not saying, but let's say the Bulls, right? If they're like, look, we just want to get off of DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine's contract. You got cap space. We'll trade him to you, if you can take him into cap space just to get him off our books because it'll save us X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Then that's the real free agency. It's not going out there and signing a free agent because no one's going to hit free agency. Everyone's going to get the bag with their current team and then force their way out. And that's just the way the NBA is moving forward. Only second-tier stars are going to hit free agency, if ever. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. DeMar DeRozan's not a better basketball player than James Harden.
No, I was just using a name.
No, I know. But that's why I would just give Harden a 4-year max. Because whatever you do isn't going to be better. So if all he wants is a 4-year max for him to be there, then I'm just going to do that. Because
But what are the chances? Harden's not going to get better, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to be worse. So if the version of James Harden you have today is the best version of James Harden you're going to have for the next 4 years. You're not a title contending team. So why would you commit yourself to a player that's going to decline year by year for the next 4 years? Like, because with no assets.
He's declining while leading the league in assists and averaging 21 points a game. Like, Harden is that tier of player. And I'm not a Harden fan, but whether we want to admit it or not, like, Harden's that tier of player where it's like, his bad is better than 85% of the league's good, right?
But we got to be fair. We shit on Masai Ujiri because we say, hey, those guys are not good enough to win a title. We hear about Siakam could fetch this, OG could fetch this, Fred VanVleet got the bag in free agency, but together they're not greater than the sum of their parts. It's not a title contending team. He needs to switch it up. He needs to fucking go for broke, but he keeps bringing back a team that everyone knows is not a title contending team. So we criticize you, Jerry, for that, but then we tell Morey, no, but that's what you should go do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the difference for me is, well, Fred walked. So, I mean, he should have traded Fred. Honestly, I'm not an Austin Reeves fan, but the fact that they turned down Austin Reeves looks pretty fucking crazy at the moment. Anyway, like, Toronto, I want them to tank. That's the difference. Like, we're not talking, if you're telling me they're going to let Harden walk, Embiid gets traded, Maxey gets traded, Tobias gets traded, so on and so forth, and they tank, okay, different convo. I'm with you.
But even before then, even KD, we all thought they were idiots for saying, yo, what's his name is off the table for KD. We were like, yo, if you put KD on this version of the Raptors, that's a title contending team. So just to switch it up, whether to go for the title or to tank. The fact is, we felt like they should have switched it up because we knew the team had reached a ceiling. It's the same thing with the Sixers. Like, I don't see why. Like, you have to make the difficult choice and know. Like, we all know the Blazers, the second they signed Lillard to that contract, were fucking themselves. Like, it happens every year. Now we're saying, oh, just go ahead and do it.
Well, like, again, if you're telling me they were willing to move off of Maxey, different convo, right? Maxey and Harden for Dame, that probably gets the Dame deal done, right? that makes the Sixers a hell of a lot better, in my opinion. They're probably the best team in the East in that case, but they're not going to do that. So if you're not willing to trade Maxey, you're not willing to trade Harden, you don't know what you're going to do with Harden. The best version of your team, unless you're willing to move Maxey, is with Harden. It's not going to be. You're not going to be able to get better.
And I'll be honest. Look, what in Morey's past would lead us to believe that he wouldn't move Maxey? I think that's sort of leverage play.
It might
right?
be. It might be.
Bro, he'd trade his grandmother if he thought it could win him a championship. Like, that's just Morey. He's cutthroat. And part of what makes him hated by players is what makes him a good GM. I just think that's like, look, he knows that's probably the best. It's the best asset. There's no possible. It's the best asset he has to add a potential title-winning piece around Embiid. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, look, I would only move him for a true superstar. Yeah, he's untouchable until he's
Damian
not.
Lillard, true superstar.
Facts.
He's off the table in a Dame trade.
So
you know what I mean? Like,
so it sounds like Deion wants them to trade for Dame, or thinks that they should trade for Dame anyway. If you Daryl Morey, what do you do right now, X?
If I'm Morey,
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on my job security, but I would tear it down to the studs. I'm lower in Embiid than most. The motherfucker's just never in shape in the playoffs. He's never going to give you what you need in the playoffs. So I would cut my losses and I would,
So you want to blow everything up and just start building towards the future again, Sam Hinkie style. And then you think they should trade for Dame and make a run at the title?
Yeah, I would move Maxey. I think I like Maxey. Good player. I don't think he's anything. I don't think he's anything special. I don't think he's anything. I don't think you're ever going to be able to build a team around Maxey. So I'm making it a 3-year window with Embiid, and then I'm going to try to move Embiid before his value tanks, or we win a championship, and at that point, it's like, who gives a fuck for the next 5
Let me
years?
rewind. I too would trade. I would trade Maxey for a star if that trade is out there first and foremost before I tank. But if that trade isn't out there, Maxey and Embiid is winning me a chip. So
yeah, I'm either tearing it down or I'm moving Maxey. I don't see how you could do anything in between.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Now, this is something I wasn't sure if we should really talk about, but fresh news. Everything happened so fast. But Wander Franco, young star on the Tampa Bay Rays, has been put on the, the non-active list? But he's been removed from the team. He's removed from all baseball. He's not getting paid. Not technically suspended, but he's not getting paid. And basically, there was some posts going across social media. I saw it on Twitter where it's insinuating that he's having relations with a teenager. Back in
14, right?
Yeah. So I saw something interesting. You never know how true a lot of this stuff is, if any of it, but I saw something on one of the threads where it was a screenshot of a text message conversation. And the person was saying that from what they're being told from the family, he had a relationship with a girl while she was 13 and he was 17. And they had the okay from the girl's family, but he ended the relationship and told her he wasn't going to see her again until she was 18, allegedly. And now there's rumors that he's dealing with a 14-year-old girl. There was a video of what looked to be a very, very young girl. Not sure what the exact relationship is with her, but she posted a video of her wearing his jewelry in the bathroom. There's videos of him kissing on a young girl, and it don't look like a family member or a friend, but this is nasty work if this is true. Like, just in the MLB community alone, this ain't the first time that something like this has gone down and become public information. A few years ago, there was a player, I don't know if y'all aware of this, Felipe Vasquez from the Pirates. He was convicted on multiple counts of statutory rape and a bunch of other sexual offenses. Now, Wander Franco's Dominican. This is something that is pretty common in Dominican culture, especially on the island. Like, you talk to anybody that's from the island of Dominican Republic, and they'll tell you that this is like very common with within the little island, but it's still wild behavior. Like whether it's accepted within your culture or by the family, like to be dating a teenager and you're a grown ass man, it's just disgusting behavior. Deion, I know you like don't have no morals, but X, I know you got kids, so
No, I think that's crazy. Like,
like
I don't
I'm
know,
not
bro.
saying that you a pedo, but like
No, I mean, I'm
I
definitely
know
not.
you have no moral. I know you have no morals. Yeah, I wasn't accusing you of some shit. So I'm not saying you would fuck with a teenager, but like
Yeah,
That's
I
how
I
it
know
mean, I
came
you have
definitely.
off.
morals. So
Like,
you
look, Dion, we
you
know
be okay
you
with
got
shit
our
I would
petty
never
music
expect you
on
to be
repeat,
okay
you
with.
know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna go to you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like, it's a reason I don't even fuck with chicks that like can't drink, right? Like, there's so many women in the world. Why would you do something like this? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, I can never get behind that mindset. I don't even understand. Like I seen, and this isn't equal one for one, but I seen a dude's brother died and he married his wife the next day.
No, what?
And it's like, it's so many women in the world. Why that one? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the mindset. I don't understand the thought process. There probably is no thought process, if we're being honest. Like, that's probably the real answer to that. It's gross. It's disgusting. He should probably be banned from the league.
I don't understand how you could just like even be attracted to it such a
That's
young
what I'm
person.
saying. Like, how do you physically, how do you do that?
Yeah, it don't make no sense to me. And this is something that's very common on that island and within that culture. Like,
Well, I think it's more common in America than we know about, too.
oh,
All
for
them motherfuckers was on Epstein's island.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Yakubians.
Yeah, it's not to reason it or excuse it, but like it's something weird about these dudes and like the power trips they go on, like when it comes to women when they get to like a certain place. I'm not saying like that's his reason. I don't even want to know his reason, but it's just interesting, like some of the things these athletes, celebrities, whoever do, like once they are in that position.
X as a grown man, as a father with daughters, as a baseball fan, what's your takeaway from everything going on right now regarding Wander Franco?
I mean, it's nasty business. There's not really much to say. Like, I think you're right. I'm thinking that, you know, in DR, shit, even Puerto Rico, like, shit like that is common, bro. It just is. So,
In the
in his
Caribbean
mind,
period, let me not single out DR. Like in the
yeah,
Caribbean period, they be
Is
wild.
that legal down there?
I don't know what's legal out there, bro. That
Because
whole
you know, like it's
the whole
like
world is corrupt.
it's like some of them dudes that be like dating 16-year-olds, and for me, I'm like, yo, that's disgusting. That's this, that's that. Like they should go to jail. Then you find out, like, nah, that's legal in Indiana.
but then, and then you think about it, but like, think about it, and let me say, I'm prefacing, I'm not justifying it, but think back to like your high school days. How many times was chicks in your high school getting picked up by an older dude in the whip? You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I
bro,
used
we
to be
been
thinking
around
like,
that
yo,
shit.
that dude is wilding, like, yo,
Bro, just pull up to the high school, pick up a high school, a grown ass minute, and chicks, you know, used to get in the whip. It's just like, bro, it's crazy because we've been around that shit for so long that, but then you get older and you realize just how disgusting shit really is. You know what I'm saying? But
But
I
like,
just think if he's guilty, then I don't think he should play in the major leagues again. Like that's nasty work. You know what I mean?
yeah.
not that what the dudes were doing to like chicks at my school was okay, but like I knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
It was taking advantage of girls that would do whatever because they had a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
that's different. That's just girls being whores.
well, they still weird because they if you in college and you're dating a high
Oh,
school
you
girl.
talking about older dudes? I thought you was talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I thought you
But
was
like
talking
I'm
about
saying, like
people in the same
the
school. My
reason
I'm
bad.
them
about to say your Lerk. You
No, no,
sound
no, no,
nuts right
no.
now, bro.
Because he said dudes in his school, so I thought he was talking about
no, well,
everybody in the
even
same
I mean, I know
school. Like,
seniors. I know seniors that dated freshmen. I think that's weird.
That's
too.
wild.
I think that's weird too. But like, you're only doing it because like you're striking out with girls like your age, and you know these ones will say yes because you own a car. Like, doesn't make it okay, but like at least I know the thought process, I guess. You know what I mean? I just don't really. What the fuck is Wander Franco doing? Is he playing tonight? I'm watching the game right now.
No, he's not playing. Yo, so his was
Wait.
his.
I know this isn't a funny situation, but the funniest part about all of this. So the shit broke yesterday. They gave him the day off when really the team knew what was coming. It was Wander Franco hat day for all fans 14 and under.
Yo, I was just about to bring that up. What are the odds? What are the odds that he's getting accused of fucking with a 14-year-old and they doing Wander Franco giveaway for only 14 and under? Like,
for only 14 and under.
It's like they knew they was facilitating this.
Bro, that's insane, bro. Insane.
It's just nasty, man. It's nasty. What's worse is like there's gonna be a group of people that are gonna blame her. You know what I mean? It always is. Like, I remember when the fucking R. Kelly documentary dropped. And listen, them parents deserve to go to jail just as long as R. Kelly. But like, there's a group of people that were like trying to reason what R. Kelly did because the parents were like okay with it. And it's like, bro, that don't matter. He's wrong. It don't matter what's like who is okay with what. Wrong is wrong. Don't blame this little girl, man. And hopefully she's all right.
And this is, look, I mean, it is extortion, but look, fucking Wanda's no victim, right? He did it. The only way you put yourself in a position to be extorted is if you was actually doing nasty shit. He was doing nasty shit, so.
But he wasn't even really being extorted. Somebody just posted a bunch of shit.
No, what the family said was that he had promised to buy her a gang of shit. And when he reneged and then gave her hush money, then that's when she'd air him out. You know what I'm saying? Because those pictures ain't from yesterday.
Oh, you know so the girl's putting it on blast.
Yeah, the girl, but like she posting pictures like, oh, word is fake, because he went on live.
Yeah, I know that he said it was fake, but
she started posting pictures of her in a Tampa Ray hoodie, like, oh, word is fake. Where I get this from? Official Clubhouse merchandise.
See, you know what I'm saying? I seen screenshots, but everything was written in Spanish. You know, I can't read that, bro.
Yeah, no.
I knew I should have sent it to you earlier and asked you what it said, but then you would have been like, yo, that's racist.
Nah, I had someone translate.
That's different. That's translate, but
yeah, you know I had someone translate it for me because I was curious. Wander Franco is a weirdo, man. Yeah, something wrong with it.
This is nasty work. The fact that he's denying it, but like willingly was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit this one out and I'm gonna take this L. I'm gonna take this on the chin. I'm not gonna get no bread. Like,
nah,
he's not getting paid.
Why not?
Because of the specific list that he's on, he's not getting paid.
What list is he on? Yeah. The commissioner exempt?
Yeah,
No. I forgot the name of the exact list. Give me 1 second. I know it's the something active list. He's on the restricted list.
So
anybody placed on the restricted list doesn't get paid.
Is that like a new list?
Nah, that's the same shit that they put Trevor Bauer.
Yeah,
I thought Trevor Bauer was getting paid though. I thought that was the whole problem.
No. That was his beef, was that he wasn't getting paid. Like, he wasn't, like, the team put him on the restricted list, on the MLB restricted list, so he can't get paid.
Gotcha.
It's basically getting put on administrative leave for regular working people.
All right, I just Googled it because I knew this was fucking wrong. While teams are not required to pay players who are on the restricted list, the Rays are continuing to pay Franco's $2 million salary. I just saw that.
That's nasty business by the Rays.
I had a feeling that that one didn't sound right, just because I know like the legal aspect of these contracts. Like, unfortunately, if you don't want to face a lawsuit, you got to pay.
Yeah, that's probably true. But yeah, no, nasty business.
Well, they said earlier he wasn't gonna get paid, so it looks like they changed their mind.
I don't know. ESPN's saying he will, but like they don't have to. So maybe like, because I know Bauer got paid originally, like the first like 10 to 15 days he was being paid. So maybe it's one of those things where it's like, if additional information comes out, they'll stop paying him. I don't know how much more additional information you need.
This shit is nasty.
Like, what more do you need? But hey, to each his own.
I mean, I guess it is more just investigating and like making sure the story check out.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
you gotta do your due diligence, especially like first off, you should always do your due diligence in situations like this, no matter what.
Yeah.
But when you got someone with a career's at stake, all this money involved, like then you really gotta make sure you do your due diligence, because look, the same way you said that they probably still paying him just to try like just to avoid a potential lawsuit, right? Now, say he does get punished, say they hit him with a ban, and then new evidence comes out that shows that the family's lying or whatever, hypothetically speaking,
right?
Then the MLB is gonna get violated. The Rays are gonna get violated, and it's gonna be way nastier than what it would have been if they would have just had him on that restricted list without paying him nothing.
Right. No, yeah. No, I listen. Sadly, I understand from a legal perspective why they're paying him, but
no, I'm not even talking about the paying. I'm talking about the just doing the investigation and
no, yeah.
It was like, oh, what more information you need?
I'm saying like they're paying him because they're making sure everything's correct. But I'm just saying, ain't a ton of investigation that has to go on. Like the fucking DMs are right there for all of us to read. Unless you're telling me no one in Tampa knows how to speak Spanish, I don't really know how much more they need.
I didn't see the DMs. I just saw pictures and videos, and I was just like,
no, there's some DMs that came out too.
I saw a couple pictures and videos. He was in a couple of the pictures and videos, and then there was a few just like the girl by herself. One, I'm gonna say, like, honestly speaking, I couldn't tell if it was the same girl in all of the different videos and pictures. If there's more than one, that's crazy.
What's interesting to me, I didn't know this was common, by the way. Like, you guys kind of blew my mind with that one. I guess that don't surprise me. There's no real laws in the Dominican Republic, I feel like. So
yeah, that's crazy. I feel like I should have to edit that out, but the only person, I'm gonna let that rock to you though. Like, that's all you.
Bro, some of these countries just don't have laws, bro. Like them Argentinians.
I understand what you're saying though. It just
them Argentinians pulled up on Messi family and got a high five. You know what I mean? Like it's just unfortunate the way it is. But like, I don't know.
But even out here though, bro, like even out here, like I see it with my own eyes. These dudes be like 70 years old, sitting on the corner in their little fold-up chair, whispering and whistling at girls coming out of the junior high school.
Nah, yeah. For sure. I mean, I'm saying I agree that it's more common here than like people probably think, unfortunately, but I'm just curious, like, what
daughters are currency, because daughters are currency, right? If a family's poor and they got daughters, they're like, look, if I can give my daughter to somebody with bread that helps secure not just her future, the family future. I mean, that shit been happening for ages. You know, daughters will get sold off for X amount of cattle and X amount of goats and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to pay to marry someone's daughter. It wasn't love, it was arranged, but it was a business transaction. So in a lot of poor countries, it's the same shit. The daughters get used for currency. You know what I'm saying? So, and they look at it, a lot of these households, they're like, look, I can't afford to feed all these kids. And these kids are a means to an end. You're too young to get a job. There's no opportunity here. So if I marry you off to somebody who's actually secure, an American who can help, you know, get us to the U.S. or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Then they do that. And that's why the families are complicit. Same shit that happened to R. Kelly. Why were so many of those parents willing to let their daughters be taken advantage of? Because they thought, yo, if he makes something happen for her music career, then that's bread for all of us. That's our ticket out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why they were so complicit in letting the abuse happen and kind of swept it under the rug, because They looking at it from a dollar's perspective. They don't give a fuck about morality.
And if it ain't trying to get over on somebody like in that way, they just go hit up the SNAP office and get them good old food stamps, and that justify them having 19 kids and not being able to take care of them.
I guess what I was gonna say, like, I'm just curious, like, if it's legal in the Dominican, what can Tampa do?
I don't think it's legal, but
I mean, but like, do we know that? Because like, there's a lot of shit that I see that I'm like, yo, that's probably fucking illegal. Come to find out, in Kentucky, ain't nobody care.
yeah, you're right. I mean,
But then we just find out
say,
like Alabama, it's not
Yeah,
because the age of consent is like 13 or some shit. If they have
Yeah, it's
if
crazy.
a parent signs off on it. So it's like we don't even gotta look to DR and be like they're lawless. Like, bro, just look at Alabama.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie.
just look at the South or the
I just
Midwest
Googled it.
of
They're
America, and this is nasty
props
work.
to the Dominican Republic. Their age of consent's 18. Props to them. But
On paper.
Ecuador and East Timor, 14 years old. That's nasty. Yeah, seek help. Seek help. Ecuador needs to seek help immediately.
14 is wild.
I'm
They
kind of
still
curious.
living in medieval times. If she get her period, then she fair game, and that's not cool.
Yeah, there's 13. Yeah, there's 13 countries where there's no age. You just have to be married to have sex.
There's how many countries?
13 countries where you could be 70. You can't consent unless there's a ring on your finger.
What are these countries?
Yeah, I'm not trying to figure that out.
Oh, I thought you had it in front of you already. Forget it.
No, I mean, I do have it in front of me, but I'm not going to scroll that far.
Yo, let's just
one
move
country
on.
that's 11, though. That's really nasty.
Let's just
Yeah, they mark America as 16. Is that because the majority of our states are like that age, probably?
maybe that's the federal law. I
Yeah,
don't know. Is that even like I was thinking about that earlier when you first brought up shit being legal in Indiana? Like, is there a federal law on the legal age of consent?
there probably is. It's probably just like weed, where it's like federally weed's like legal, but in certain states it's still illegal. So it's probably like a federal,
isn't
like,
it federally illegal?
you're right. Wait,
That's how
I
they're
don't know.
able to keep raiding dispensaries in legal states because it's still against the federal law.
I'm not sure on that one. I know the law basically leaves it up to the states, just like abortion. I would assume there is some like federal law on the age of consent that includes like it's up to the state. I don't know the answer to
America's a
that.
nasty country, so I don't even.
But I will
Wouldn't put
say,
nothing
for
past
it to be 16 in like Indiana and shit, that it does make sense that the country's legal age would be 16. Because how could the country's legal age be 18 and then Indiana's like, yo, as long as you're 16, like that don't make no sense.
Well, you know, in Indiana, they don't give a fuck about nothing as long as you donate money to charity.
Yeah, no comment.
You know, as long as you're a philanthropist, you're all good out there.
And no comment. No comment.
Yo,
I think, bro, I think like low key, I think we should have two legal ages. Like I think if you're 18 to 25, fine. But if you like 30 something years old fucking with like an 18, 19-year-old, that's just that. It's not as nasty as what Wander Franco's doing, but like it ain't far off. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
it's still nasty.
yeah, I'm with you on that, but you're about to ruin a lot of gold diggers' lives.
Good.
Like a lot of those situations, it be an older dude getting swindled by a younger chick. It's not even a dude being a creep. It's just like I ain't getting no pussy. I got all this money, and she want to exploit me. Fuck it.
Well, I'm willing to do it on a case-by-case basis then. And I'll be the
You
judge.
gotta go down to the Supreme Court.
I'll be the
Listen
judge
to-
and the jury. I don't care, but I'm willing to do it on a case. But nah, because it'd be some 45-year-olds that fucking with 19-year-olds, and it's like your family. Like, that's nasty. You need to go to prison.
Yo, I'm with you on the weird behavior, but like to say like that's some shit where it should be illegal or you gotta police it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like What is this? You're gonna go. You got to report every relationship you in.
Nah, the reason I think it should be illegal is like, and I see this firsthand, right? Like, there's a lot of bars where you can get in with a fake, and everybody you can stare at that girl and be like, yo, she's not 21, but she's close, right? And then you see these old dudes. Like, you go to a bar where 21-year-olds actually go to, like, you go to like a college bar, ain't no dudes in there that can actually afford to buy a girl a drink, right? So if you 40 something years old, you know that you can fucking snag a chick in there because you're the only one that can buy her little fucking martini. You know what I mean? And you can put the top shelf alcohol in it. And it's like, now you're taking advantage of a girl, in my opinion, in that case. And I've seen it happen, and I'm like, yo, that's fucking nasty.
You've seen it happen?
Yeah,
What
bro.
are you doing at a college bar?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a college bar, but like, I've seen like 50-year-old dudes go after, like, she probably was 21, but like low 20s girls. And it's like, yeah, that's fucking nasty. And you're doing it because you know ain't nobody in here gonna be able to buy her drinks. So she's naturally gonna gravitate towards you because she also can't afford a drink. How many girls you know, both y'all can answer this. How many girls you know pull up to a fucking bar only with their ID because they know every drink's gonna get paid for?
Most of them.
Yeah. Most of the girls I know do that.
None of the girls I know do that. I know
Well,
girls. The girls I know, they go.
That's a lie.
They go with money, but they have no intention of spending any of their money.
Yeah, well,
Lerk. Come on, Lerk.
You're still in the project, so it's a little different.
This is crazy. I've never lived in the projects. I wish I lived in the projects. They don't pay condescend.
That was an I didn't pass the SAT answer right there. No.
This is the disrespect as well, because the chicks I know go out with money but don't expect to spend it or have no intention of spending it. While the chicks I know is going out with no money at all. They get left at the bar and gotta text you to send them an Uber home.
I just want to say, like respectfully
what's going on?
Respectfully
to
the chicks you know, I do think there's an attractiveness level to like that answer. To be fair.
Yo, listen, that's between them and God. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
No, I'm just being honest. Like, the more attractive the girl, the less likely it is she brings money because she know what the deal is.
Nah, I don't know. Most of the chicks I know, regardless of what, they always be on some shit where they not going nowhere unless they got money. Even if they going out where they not gonna spend no money at all, like they gotta have money. But that's just the chicks I know. I don't know. Maybe the chicks you know is clearly different, but we can move on from there. You chilling with Liz Cambage and shit. Before we get into the NFL player,
I climbed that tree. Yeah, I forgot who it was. So about a year ago, someone in one of the group chats we're in, started posting her little OnlyFans pictures. That's a nasty dude. I don't remember who it was. I'm not gonna say any names because I do remember.
You mentioned OnlyFans, so I'm pretty sure I know who it is because they OnlyFans king over there when it comes to knowing about content. Your boy Charleston White, man. Charleston White always on social media talking crazy, always talking like he like that. Now he's funny as shit, I'll give him that, but the way he be talking, and then he pulled out mace on somebody. He was about to pepper spray somebody that was trying to fight him.
He was trying to. So the dude he was trying to fight, I think got like shot like a couple years ago or something like that. That's how I know.
Trying to fight him. He wasn't trying to fight.
Yeah, that dude. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know either of the dudes, but like one of Aiden Ross's friends got shot like 2 years ago, and he moved him to LA. And I think it was that dude. So yeah, I mean, Charleston White probably need to be careful. Be honest.
He out there with pepper spray. All right, first of all, would you ever pepper spray somebody?
Have you been pepper spray?
Yes.
That shit hurt.
You didn't answer my question.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't own pepper spray.
Yeah, all right. There you go. There you go. X, would you ever mace somebody?
Yeah. I'm not above that. I mace the shit out of somebody.
You pussy.
For macing somebody?
Yeah. Instead of fighting them, it's between throwing hands and macing somebody. You gonna mace them?
Bro, you gotta understand, right?
No. Where'd you even get the mace from?
Oh, I don't know. I'm assuming,
But this is what I'm saying.
Bro, listen. If I'm in the Bronx, nah. But if I'm like somewhere, look, if I'm around white people, I'll make some shit out of them. I would. I would.
If you're around white people, you're gonna make some why?
Because you gotta understand, like, and look, it's different because I'm here down south. Like, I got a lot more to lose than a lot of the people that are getting into a confrontation with me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, your natural inclination, all right, what's the manly shit to do? All right, snuff them, knock them out. But it's like you're never gonna win that situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it goes a legal route, you're fucked. Or you knock somebody out there at the back of their head, they die. Now you going away for a murder charge. And it's like, if you would have asked me before I had daughters, nah, I'm not macing nobody. Now that I got daughters, every decision I make is always with that in mind.
You pepper spray them, they go blind. You're in the same situation.
But I'd rather get sued.
And you look pussy at the same time.
Bro, look, that's the father in me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather no bullshit. But like, look, we grew up. If somebody stepped on your shoes, you gotta be prepared for violence. You know what I'm saying? We grew up going to the skate key in the Bronx knowing, like, look, I'm gonna go skating, but there's a 49% chance that I'm gonna be involved in some sort of gang violence. And we went anyway. And you know what I'm saying? The smell of danger was fun to us. But you get older, man, you realize, nah, man, I'll make the shit out of somebody. I would. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's one thing for somebody to step on your sneaker and you let it rock, and it's another to be like, "Where's my pepper spray?"
I will mace the fuck out of somebody.
Yo, the fact that you even reaching around looking for your shit is crazy.
Bro, and I'm gonna have my shit in a nice leather pouch.
If you don't even have to reach for it, that shit is already handy. That says a lot about your character.
Bro, it's on my keychain. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's not like
you look mad sassy when you say it's on my keychain.
I think all women should have pepper spray.
On my keychain, and I'm pepper spraying you from a distance too, like I'm spraying a roach, like ugh. You know what I'm saying?
You like that dude? Tell him Otev or Instagram.
Bro, I'm telling you, I will make the shit out of somebody. Plus, watching somebody's eyes burn, that's satisfying. You know what I'm saying?
That shit hurts, bro.
And they begging for milk to put on their eyes.
You went from being sassy to being demonic and sounding like you on Guantanamo Bay trying to extract information from somebody.
Bro, that's just no joke, bro. You could do damage, like for real.
Yeah, but did you hear what he said though? Why somebody's eye burn is exciting. Like what?
Nah, because they sitting there bitching up and you sitting there laughing at them. Like that's what you get. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, yo, some people take a blue chew, he pepper sprays somebody and then go in the room with his bitch real quick. Like,
bro, I think all women should have pepper spray for sure.
Yo, but we're not talking about women. We're talking about.
I ain't saying we are not, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, I guess
I don't think it's crazy.
I don't know.
I don't think it's crazy. Like, if a dude pepper sprayed another guy, like, I'm probably not gonna look at him.
Just walking around with pepper spray is crazy to me. Like, as a man, walking around with pepper spray and you don't got your wife's keys on you is crazy.
I mean, I don't have any weapons of any sort, so like, I don't know.
I don't believe Deion, but I love the peaceful route that you're going with this one.
Fucking just to get it down the hotline, Lerk. Goddamn.
I don't have any.
Nigga said Deion got all types of weapons, illegal.
I ain't got none.
Serial number scratched off.
Like, I ain't got none. But I will say this:
that's
like,
crazy.
I think like you're asking it from like you'd rather fight someone than have pepper spray them. I think that's a very like I'm gonna compliment you, I guess, mature way of doing it. Most people are having pepper spray instead of a gun, which I think if you're telling me that he pepper sprayed someone instead of shooting them, like, yeah, definitely do that. Definitely do
Especially
that.
If people
like
are walking
him.
around with pepper spray instead of a gun, then I'd support the pepper spray movement by men. But I'm pretty sure, just like instead of having a wallet, they have those things that they call a merce. This is the same thing with the pepper spray. I'm not jacking it.
I mean, you live in a state that has strict gun laws. There's a lot of states where there's really strict gun laws and people find other ways
Yeah,
to get.
listen, you can't
I'd
even
rather
have pepper
that.
spray out here technically.
What's up?
Well, you technically can't walk around with pepper spray or a taser out here.
I mean, you definitely shouldn't be walking around with a taser. That's
All right,
crazy.
what's
I could
manly?
buy one. I could buy one on the corner store right now.
Look,
That's
look,
crazy.
what's
That's
manlier?
crazy.
Having pepper spray on a keychain or having an 8-inch shank in your jail wallet? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yo,
I'd
it's
rather
all relative.
in the jail wallet is crazy, like.
But you know, bro, you know, like I be watching documentaries.
That's
like,
different though. That's
they was
different, though.
confiscating weapons from people's bodies, and this is what they found. And it's like, yo, machetes. It's like, yo, fam, how did you fit that up there? Like physically, that's crazy. You know, the handle and everything.
Yo, I feel you 100%, but the fact that their circumstances is extremely different, I feel like we have to eliminate that analogy. But let's move on to a more family-friendly topic.
But we've been today we discussed pedophilia and putting machetes in your asshole. Like, yo, the advertising.
Well, you discussed boof and swords.
They just hit Trump, Rudy Giuliani, and Mark Meadows with the RICO.
With the RICO.
With the RICO. When is Biden getting dragged into the Jeffrey Epstein RICO? That's what I want to know.
Well, Trump should be in that one too. But
yeah, but I need Biden to get dragged down there with them.
But it's crazy that the inventor of the RICO got charged with one. That's nuts.
That's disgusting behavior. Competition for another episode. I'd love for you to explain that because that sounds hilarious. Let's get into some football. Now, before we do the player rankings, Ezekiel Elliott, news came out today that he signed with the New England Patriots. They still ain't really got a quarterback unless you want to count Mac Jones. Actually, we can start with you. As a Giants fan, and you've seen a lot of Zeke, what do you think about this move for the Patriots?
He's washed. I don't care. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't move me.
Okay, you're in the same boat as me. I think
it doesn't move me, but both Dalvin Cook and Zeke today signals like there's no such thing as an RB1 anymore. Everything.
What happened with Dalvin Cook? He went to the Patriots too?
He went to the Jets. But Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, Ramondre Stevenson, Zeke, that just tells me like there's no such thing as an RB1. Everything's committee. Fantasy football.
For them, not for everybody.
It's gonna be a free for all.
It's not a committee for everybody, but for them, yeah. I mean,
I don't think you can name 5 teams. I don't think you can name 5 teams that aren't committed.
Jonathan Taylor with the Colts.
Baby.
With the
Raheem Hines ain't there. But John Robinson with the Falcons.
Alvin Kamara hasn't signed yet. Kamara hasn't signed yet. And Kamara just visited the Colts last week.
Who?
Alvin Kamara.
Kamara's with
he's not Kamara. Who's the other dude?
Hunt. Talking about Hunt.
Hunt, yeah, Kareem Hunt. Excuse me, Kareem Hunt.
But even then, Nick Chubb was still like majority. Like he had.
No, I'm saying he hasn't signed yet.
No, but I'm saying even when Hunt was in Cleveland, it didn't matter. Like Hunt was still the clear cut go to back. Had way more had the lion's share of the carries. But like, look, you got the Giants, the Colts.
No. I wasn't talking about Kareem Hunt being like, and I wasn't talking about Nick Chubb. I'm saying you can't say the Colts are running back by committee.
Because Hunt is still a free agent. Okay. Josh Jacobs in Las Vegas, even though we don't know what's gonna happen now because
I wouldn't call that one. I would say the only teams that aren't committee.
The Cowboys ain't a committee no more.
That's not true. Deuce from Kansas State's gonna take a lot of carries.
Okay.
I guess it's the Giants. I wouldn't even guarantee that. But
no,
the
definitely the Giants.
Giants, Browns. I'm not even gonna say the Niners are because I don't see how you don't give Elijah Mitchell carries.
You got to.
You have to give Elijah carries. Giants, Browns, that's about it. I mean, maybe Bijan in Atlanta, maybe. Like maybe. We don't even know that to be a fact yet.
All right. Since we on the topic of running backs, let's just start with that with the player rankings. So we're gonna do the top 5 players. We each gonna give our top 5 players for all the skill positions on the offensive side: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Who wants to go first?
We ain't gotta do tight end.
You see X face.
It's only
You
only
saw
3
X
tight
face
ends in the league.
when I said that, right? He didn't do any preparation for this.
None, not at all.
No, neither did I.
Yo,
Neither did
the
I.
way he turned away from his cup when I said that, he's like,
No, neither did
I
I,
don't
but it's
think I
mad
read those
easy in
text
my
messages
opinion.
correctly.
I'm gonna say Chubb.
In order, so is Chubb 5 or 1 for you?
He's 1. Chubb's the best back in the league to me. 5 yards per carry since he came into league's crazy, especially behind that O line. It's not like that O line.
Wait, no, that O line is better than you giving it credit for. But
now, but he's done it his whole career.
He also was sharing work for the first couple years, but I respect it. Keep going. I'm listening. My bad.
I mean, you just said they're not by committee, but all right. Chubb, McCaffrey, I guess, Saquon. I don't know. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I can't think of any other backs that I think are that good. Jonathan Taylor.
Henry?
Yeah.
Taylor and Henry. Yeah, Taylor and Henry before.
Okay,
5.
so in what order? You got Taylor 4, Henry 5, or the other way around?
Yeah, 4 or 5. I mean, I guess like if we're just doing right now, Henry's probably 2, but I'm anticipating like a decent little decline this year.
X, you want me to go next or you gonna go next?
Nah, come on, bro. This is what I do. Go off the top. Pause. I got Barkley 1.
Yes, sir.
Just because of his ability to receive. I got Chubb 2. I think he's a better rusher, a more versatile rusher than Henry. I got Henry 3. I got McCaffrey 4 because of pass threat, and I got Taylor 5. Just because I think Taylor's a little bit O-line dependent. We saw that when his O-line was trash, he wasn't really doing his thing like that. But I think he's 5th.
All right, so I got Saquon 1, just like you. Chubb number 2. But I got Christian McCaffrey number 3. I think Deion had him 2. You had him 4. I got him 3. And then I got Henry 4. Okay. And then Taylor 5. The reason why I got McCaffrey over Henry is the same reason why you say you got Saquon 1. What McCaffrey brings as a receiver, nobody in the world has to say anything. Like, you just watch one fucking game and you understand.
Yeah.
Like, he's just too dynamic. The thing is that he's smaller and hasn't really been able to stay healthy for the last few years. Last year was the healthiest he's been in a while. So that's the reason why I even have him as low as 3. But next up, we got tight end. We're going to save the 2 best positions for last.
I don't think we need to do tight end.
Nah,
I don't think we need to do tight.
So we got Kelsey. Well, I'll go first and y'all tell me if y'all disagree.
My list ends with Kelsey.
All right, so I got Kelsey 1. I got Kittle 2. I actually think that if Kittle could actually stay healthy and had a good quarterback, he might be the best tight end in the league. You put Kelsey on the Chiefs and you actually you up his durability stats in Madden, I think he's the best tight end in the league. Then I got Mark Andrews from the Ravens. Say what you want about Lamar, but that boy Andrews be wilding out there. Good blocker, good receiver. Then Darren Waller at 4 and Dallas Goedert at 5. Goddard is only at 5 because I think there's only 4 really good tight ends in the NFL.
I think the dude from the Falcons would be there if he had when he gets a quarterback that can actually throw the ball. That dude in Atlanta is going to be disgusting. You can't cover him.
Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, he's the truth. It's just he had fucking Mariota throwing for him.
Yeah, he's only been in the league for like 2 years and he hasn't had an actual quarterback yet, so he's got a way to go to prove himself, at least to me. But yeah, I don't think there's that many like dynamic tight ends, I should say, because there's some really good blockers. There's a few that are good receivers, but there's only a handful that could do it all or that really stand out. And Deion already said his piece on that. So
I'm good. Kelsey, there's my list.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you already said your piece. That was like not even a full second worth. But wide receiver,
I'll go first.
I think this is the one we're gonna have the biggest
Yeah.
I'll go
disagreement.
first. Justin Jefferson,
Number
Stephon
one.
Diggs. This is in order. Justin Jefferson 1, Stephon Diggs 2, Jamar Chase 3, Brandon Ayuk 4, 5. I'm gonna go with.
Ayuk 4?
So I think I honestly believe
Ayuk need an actual quarterback to prove
Yeah,
it.
I actually believe, and I'm being dead ass here. Like, there's a part of me that wants him to go away because I think he's the best receiver in the league, and we'll never see that with the Niners. Unfortunately,
So
we'll never.
we spoke about this at the end of the NFL season, and at the beginning of free agency with how good we think Ayuk is, and if he actually had a quarterback, what he would possibly be able to do in the league.
Yeah.
But to have him top 5 right now when he hasn't been able to prove that, I don't care if he could be open for 65 minutes in a game, and I know there's only 60. That's why I said that. He could be open for 65 minutes, bro. But until he has a quarterback where he could prove he's going to catch that ball, make shit happen all game, and then defenses start to key on him and he's able to make the adjustments, I can't say he's in that realm yet, bro.
I mean, I think
I don't even know
I
if he's
also
the best wide
disagree with
receiver on
Chase
his
being 3.
team.
I think
Is he the best wide receiver on his team?
his 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he's the best receiver on the 49ers.
His 1,000 yards is more impressive to me than like Diggs's 1,300.
I don't have Diggs top 5 either, though.
But I can't think of it. I mean, I guess Tyreek Hill would be the only receiver I think had a more impressive year last year.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
I don't think I
Chase,
heard Tyreek Hill in your top 5, though.
Wasn't.
Oh, I didn't finish my 5th. You didn't let me finish my 5th.
Oh, I thought you said all 5. My bad.
No, I only said 4. Then you interrupted. Tyreek Hill is going to be 5.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Tyreek Hill is going to be 5.
So for the listeners, because I interrupted, can you repeat your top 5 in order?
I got Justin Jefferson, who I think is like a clear-cut best receiver, production, talent, everything. Stephon Diggs at 2. Jamar Chase at 3. I'm gonna be honest, Jamar Chase's year last year wasn't that good, but it's just something about him. There's something about him where I think he's really good. Brandon Ayuk 4, Tyreek Hill 5. If I had a 6th one, it'd be Devontae Adams.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I just think Devontae's on the decline. I think he's a little washed. It just is.
I mean, it's hard to
Because when
say.
he had Rodgers, he was balling.
He had Derek Carr as his quarterback and still had like 14
and still balled out, bro.
Like he had a crazy ass year. Derek Carr was his quarterback most of the season, got benched and played with a bunch of nobodies, and like still had and was still like top 5 in almost every category.
He's a great player. I'm not saying he's not. I just think
but to say that he's on the decline when he played with like fucking bullshit last year.
Listen, his expectations are different. His version of a decline is going to be different than the next man's version.
No,
of a decline.
I feel you, bro. But
I mean, we
just finished
it's 20 minutes of y'all talking about James Harden's wash like he didn't average 21 and 12.
Wait, don't say y'all. Don't say y'all.
You know what I mean? Like people.
I stood quiet that whole segment.
All that stuff's going to differ player to player.
No, I understand what you're saying, bro. But how can you say that when you would have been a better quarterback for him last year than what he played with?
I think if you gave Ayuk Derek Carr, he easily gets 1,500 yards.
All
right, look, let's get beyond that shit. And it's time for y'all to stop being racist. So my top 5. let me get there. Let me land the plane.
I just want to be real quick. I want to be on record saying I am racist with receivers.
We shouldn't be. Number 1,
yeah,
I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson, number 1.
Yes, sir.
Number 2, I'm gonna put Tyreek Hill. Just because what he does without even catching the ball is his impact on the game is just so I'm gonna put Tyreek Hill 2. I'm gonna put Diggs 3. I'm gonna put Cooper Kupp 4. The man is always open, bro. He's always open. And number 5 is Chase.
X called me racist. He had one person in his top 5 I didn't have.
Yeah, yeah.
The white guy.
Oh,
but
yeah.
did you see the face you made when I said Cooper Cup? He's only led
But
the league in
it's because
stats
he
for the
didn't play
last 5 years. Like,
it's just because he didn't play last year.
So I got Justin Jefferson number 1. That's the one thing we all agree on. I got Adams number 2.
that's okay. Now you out.
I got Cooper Cup 3, Tyreek Hill 4, and Jamar Chase is not in my top 5. I got AJ Brown.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't think AJ Brown's that good.
Nah, AJ Brown is a fucking beast, consistent, reliable, and I'm sorry, bro. Like Jamar Chase has the potential to be the best wide receiver in the game, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Jamar Chase has all-time potential, but
For sure.
Jamar Chase drops the ball more than almost anybody in the fucking NFL.
It was last year AJ Brown's first 1,000-yard season.
No, it wasn't. He's had 1,000. He's had
His
1,000-yard
first 2 years,
season
he barely
every
had 1,000.
year except one. And
Well, he's played 4
missed
years.
mad games. Yeah, but he's missed the 1 year he didn't have 1,000-yard games. How many games he missed?
3.
That's a lot. And how many yards he had?
800.
Yeah, so he plays 2 of those 3 games. He has 1,000-yard season every season in his career.
I mean, he's never in his career averaged 100 yards per game, but I mean that was decent math there.
Yeah, how many touchdowns he got?
Huh?
How many touchdowns he got? How many drops he had? How many drops he had? Because look, I said AJ Brown. He's like, fuck out of here. You're gonna put AJ Brown over Jamar Chase. How many drops he had? How many drops Jamar Chase had? Jamar Chase probably had more drops last year than AJ Brown.
He had a 60% catch percentage. Is that good?
What is his drops though?
I don't know. I can't see. They don't have that on here. I feel like his catch percentage is lower than Jamar Chase, so I feel like he has to have more drops. There's no way catch percentage is anything but like you either caught the ball or you dropped it. There's no way they're factoring in like the incomplete passes.
It's probably just the amount of times you were targeted and how many times you caught the ball.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts is his quarterback, not as accurate as
Listen,
Ryan Tannehill.
Y'all told me I can't use quarterbacks as an excuse for Ayuk, and we're talking about Jalen Hurts, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, being AJ Brown's issue. Yeah, Ayuk done play with Jimmy G, Trey Lance, Brock Purdy. All of them stink.
Yo, real quick, everything I said about Trey Lance like 3 episodes ago, scratch that. He's ass.
Now, I wanted to talk about this. I think Kyle Shanahan should be investigated for racism. I watched that game, bro. I think he sabotaged it. I think the play calling was atrocious, inexcusable, in my opinion. Trey Lance had 21 dropbacks, 8 rushes. Sam Darnold.
Real quick. Jamar Chase had 11 drops last year. AJ Brown had 5.
All that telling me is AJ Brown don't be open that much. For his catch percentage to be lower than Jamar Chase's, and he had 6 less drops, that just tell me he don't be open like that.
AJ Brown's drop percentage is 3.4. Jamar Chase's drop percentage is 8.2.
No, I said his catch percentage.
I know, and I'm saying
he don't be open like that.
Percentage.
Yeah, he don't be open like that. But
Jamar Chase's catch percentage last year was 64.9.
That'll probably be AJ Brown's career high.
And AJ Brown's was 60. Nasty word.
Anyway, I think Kyle Shanahan is sabotaging it so that because Brock Purdy's been so bad in camp, like dog shit, that I think he sabotaged Trey Lance that way there's no pressure on Purdy.
But didn't you say that Lance is Shanahan's guy?
I think Lance is Shanahan's guy, but if you know Purdy has to start, right? Like if as an organization you've made that decision, I think as a head coach, you have to make the decisions in order to ease the pressure on him, and they all need to be investigated for racism because of it.
I don't know. That's a wild accusation to make, but leave it to you to make those accusations.
Listen, 8 rushing attempts with Trey Lance in the game, 7 with Darnold. Come on, man. Come on. A 2-step drop with your quarterback who isn't known for that. If anything, where Trey Lance differs is his ability to extend the ball down the field, right? farther along, extend plays, etc. You're gonna put Trey Lance under center and tell him to do a 2-step drop to like a 3-yard curl. Come on, man. What are we talking about? That's racism. Blatant. That's blatant racism.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give my top 5 quarterbacks before I'll start it off with the quarterbacks, and then y'all decide who goes next. Number 1, clearly Mahomes. I got Joe Burrow number 2, Josh Allen number 3, Aaron Rodgers 4, and Jalen Hurts 5.
You was just talking about how AJ Brown would be better if he had a different quarterback. It's only 4 other ones.
I laughed when I said that. I was just talking shit to fit my narrative.
It's about 28 quarterbacks I'd take over Brandon Ayuk's quarterback. Give or take 1 or 2. Now I'm gonna go Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Rodgers, Hurts, probably for me.
I almost didn't put Hurts in my top 5, but it felt racist to have 4 white quarterbacks in the top 5, so I put him.
You got Mahomes and Burrow.
You almost got me.
I almost made a joke. But I'm gonna wait till after the show.
I got the same top 5, but I will swap out Herbert for Hurts at 5.
Wow. See, so that's what I was gonna do, and I thought I would be the only one to put Herbert, but it felt racist to have 5, and I don't think the gap between Herbert and Hurts is that much, especially when Hurts is a runner.
I can't wait for this year. I can't wait. All them Herbert excuses are out the door. He better be everything everybody say he is. I'm not listening to nothing.
Yo, I like my old lineman racist, and I like my quarterbacks white, tall, and statuesque. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same. It took everything. I took a deep breath before I said Hurts. I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Stand in that pocket. All that running around shit. Stand in that pocket.
Yo, so I got 2 questions for you in particular, Deion. Well, just one, because I already know you always shitting on Herbert. You've spoken ad nauseum about why you don't fuck with him.
Dak Prescott with a degree.
All right, that was crazy. So I'm gonna ignore that completely. So I peeped on Only Haters last week. You said that Trevor Lawrence is overrated.
Yeah, very.
At least for me, like I don't really feel like you really explained why. So just out of curiosity, like, what's your reason for feeling like he's overrated? Because I don't feel like he's rated by many. Like because people talk about his potential, but I haven't really heard anybody talk about him like he's the shit right now.
Well, people make him a top 10 quarterback because of what they think he'll be one day. But my thing is like, I've seen nothing from Trevor Lawrence that screams like, oh, he'll be the best quarterback in the league, right? Like, if you did the same thing with Herbert, I wouldn't disagree. Like, because Herbert, I see the arm talent. I see those things. I think he has a lot of downsides to him that make me not feel the same way about Herbert that other people feel, but I at least see that. With Lawrence, it's like, yeah, he ain't throw for that many yards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't do anything last year.
Okay.
His decision making is poor in some key moments, and when he's under pressure, his tech. See, when you're in college, your technique doesn't have to be perfect because your guys are fucking wide the fuck open. But in the NFL, his technique falters when he's under pressure. He throws off his back foot. He doesn't throw a proper balance, and that makes him inaccurate. Now, can all that be coached out of him? Absolutely. Will his decision making get better as he matures? Absolutely. But today, he's not that guy. But
I agree that as of right now, he's not that guy. I was just curious on the reasoning behind the take because I didn't feel like people really rated him. Like I feel like you got to be rated to be overrated. I didn't really see too many people rating him. But Deion said he did that. People do though.
But people have him above Kirk Cousins. Like the only way. I hate when people rate players based on age. If I say someone's better than someone and your response is, well, he's 24, well, then you don't think he's better than that guy, right? Like, now if If you're telling me Trevor Lawrence will be better than Kirk Cousins maybe this year or maybe next year, sure. That's a different convo. Don't tell me he's better than Cousins now because he's in his third year, second year, whatever it is. That's not a real reason.
Based off of what he's done so far, not what is expected of him, just what is actually on tape, I don't think he's a top 10.
Not even close.
Might not even be top 15.
If he is,
he has shown flashes that he can at least be top 5.
yeah, maybe. There's not a world he's ever better than Burrow, Allen, or Mahomes. Never in his life.
I think he can be on the same level as Allen. I think
Oh, God, no.
I think Burrow has showed enough to where low key he's kind of separated himself from Allen, but he's not good enough to be in the same tier as Mahomes.
That's
So it's
separated
like
from
I couldn't
Allen.
disagree.
I feel like it's like a 1, and then there's a 2, and then there's a 2A or a 2B, like whatever you want to say. But like they're not. I feel like Burrow's a little bit like he's separated, like arm talent wise, bro. He's legit, and he can run just as good.
No, come on, Lerk.
Josh
Lerk,
Allen.
I think the reception on your big back TV is a little shaky because there's no way you just said that Burrow it runs just as well as Josh Allen, bro.
Bro, the difference is that Josh Allen has to run more, so you see it more often. You see him breaking off big plays with his legs more often out of necessity.
No,
Burrow
that's not
doesn't
true.
have to as much.
Those are design fam. Lerk, I don't.
It's not always design runs. Come on, stop it. Let's not do that.
Bro,
Let's not act like I never watched football because you saw a few design runs, bro. It's not as often as you make it.
Do you know what the Bills' offense was when it took off? They literally put the ball in Allen's hand and they said, "Look, you make a decision. When you want to run, you run. When you want to throw,
again,
you throw."
So then you proving my point. You saw it more often with Allen because it was out of necessity. Burrow does not have to use his legs to win games or to get yards as often as Allen. So I'm not surprised that you would feel like that Allen is a way better runner than him.
No, this is racist. This is racist. Josh Allen ran for 800 yards last year.
Yeah, because he had to. And I'm not trying to discredit Josh Allen in any way. I'm not saying Josh Allen ain't shit as a runner. I'm just saying that if Burrow had to run as much as he did, he would put up similar numbers.
Burrow would never run for 800 yards.
Because he don't have to.
Because he can't. He would die.
He don't have to.
He would die. He would die. He can't do
Stop it.
Oh.
He actually has a running back. And he has more than,
I'm about to look up Burrow's 40 time.
Bro, he ran like a 6.5.
So Josh Allen ran a 4.7 40.
What does that have to do with anything?
You gotta be able to move. You gotta be able to move.
Because somebody might be faster means he's
bigger, stronger, faster.
All right,
there is no running quality that Joe Burrow has equal to him. Bigger, stronger, faster.
You got it.
But
you got it.
He's closer to Lamar Jackson running than any. Like, if we were to have a convo on Josh Allen running, I think the argument is that he's such a bad thrower that he's a run-first quarterback. Like, the way we talk about Jalen Hurts, we should talk about Josh Allen, in my opinion.
Joe Burrow had a 4.9 40 time.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
But he's slower than most Allen. Non-running backs and wide receivers.
He's slower than Allen, and he's way smaller.
Barely.
He's way smaller.
Yes, he is.
Like, that's what makes Allen like a good runner, is he's gonna run your ass over. He's like Cam Newton. Actually, that's the real comparison. Josh Allen is Cam Newton.
I agree. Again, not taking nothing away from Josh. I'm not trying to take away nothing from Josh Allen when I made that comment. I'll never try to shit on Josh Allen. I think he's a tremendous quarterback as a passer and a runner. I think what you just said, comparing him to Lamar Jackson as a passer, was wild disrespectful.
No, I'm saying, like, I was comparing him to Lamar Jackson as a runner.
But then you said he's so bad of a passer that he has to run.
Yes, that's true.
Who's Gabe Davis?
Stinks.
who else is on that team besides Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs?
They got Dawson Knox. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't talk about tight ends, right? It's just Travis Kelce, nobody else.
Yeah, I
Everybody
mean,
thinks.
they don't have a good
So,
offense,
and he don't
Josh
have a
Allen.
running back, and he don't have a running back.
Yeah, no. Josh Allen's ability to run, as X said, is what takes that offense to the next level. But what I'm saying is his inaccuracies, his inability to get through reads. Granted, the reason he can get away with that is his ability to run. Maybe if he couldn't run, all those things would be better. But because of those reasons, that's why you see him run so often.
I think he's a better runner than you give him credit. I mean, a better passer than you give him credit for. But a better quarterback in general. Like I think he you be shitting on him. But I understand the criticisms. I understand the criticisms. But prior elbow injury, he was lighting everybody up last year with his arm.
Yeah, I mean, I had him as the third best quarterback in the league.
But I'm talking about straight arm talent.
All I'm saying is 63% completion percentage. That has to be about like NFL average. Like that's definitely not above average by any means. It's like 5 to 6 percentage points lower than
and that goes back to the whole comment about him running out of necessity. They have no run game. Like we just talking in circles and we focusing too much on Josh Allen.
Oh, listen, Josh Allen's a polarizing player.
Yeah, he is. So we all have him top 3, right? We all have Mahomes, Burrow, Allen as the top 3, right? In that order.
I think if Rodgers would be my third if he plays well this year, though.
I had Rodgers 4 and Hurts 5. You had Hurts 4 and Rodgers 5.
No,
right?
I had Rodgers 4, Hurts 5. And if Rodgers played better last year, he would probably be 2 or 3 for me. I actually think he's definitely better than Allen, in my opinion, and he's almost better than Burrow. I don't know. Something about last year. He just didn't play good.
And then X, you have Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, and then what was your last 2? Herbert, Rodgers.
You know what?
Rodgers, Herbert.
I'm going to redo it. I think it's Mahomes. I think it's Rodgers.
As the top 2?
And the reason I say that is because I'm thinking it's Rodgers didn't want to dink and dunk his way to win games. And he thought that his greatness would be enough, but he didn't have the faith and the trust in the receivers that could actually make it happen, especially with no Adams. And so I think that with Garrett Wilson, bro, we're going to see fucking Rodgers ball out this year. Now, I don't know if there's Super Bowl contenders because I don't know about that defense yet. It's possible. But, yeah, I'm thinking about it, and I could easily see Rodgers fucking win MVP this year or win Offensive Player of the Year this year. So I'm going to say Rodgers 2, Burrows 3, Allen 4, Hurts. Herbert 5.
Herbert.
I think that I like what the Jets are doing, but there's a lot of premature neck being given to them right now. Like,
that's fair.
The way people talk about Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall and Sauce Gardner is like, yo, bro.
Well, Garrett Wilson is the truth. Sauce Gardner is the truth. Like, I
agree.
They won offensive rookie of the year, one offensive defensive rookie of the year. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, I'm not saying that they're not good, but the way everybody talking about them though, like,
it's crazy. Yeah.
Like, it's really nasty work. Like, I was reading an article on ESPN earlier where they called Sauce Gardner the best defensive back in the NFL. The dude
I don't think that's far off.
Fucking season, bro.
But how was that far off? Right? But here's the thing. Lerk.
The way you just talked about Garrett Wilson, like he about to turn these niggas
Lerk. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Corners right now, today, name 5 corners that you trust on the island, man on man. Just give me 5. Give me 3. 3 cornerbacks that like Darrell Reeves, you could be like, yo.
What's that boy name? What's boy name in Miami? Xavier Howard.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's not that guy anymore.
I'll take him.
3 years ago he was.
I'll take him. I can't remember his name, but his son in Seattle.
He was a rookie too, wasn't he?
I don't know, bro, but there's one of them boys in Seattle. I forget his name. He be locking almost everybody up.
I know for a fact 2 of their 3 starting corners were rookies, so that would be hilarious if the one you're talking about is another rookie.
Yeah, that
You
would be
know-
hilarious. Given the context, that would be elite comedy.
I'm looking it up as we speak because
what's the boy name that went from the Saints to Philly and then he just left Philly? He got traded.
Seriously.
No, not Slay. Slay's still in Philly, ain't he?
Yeah, he's in
I'm
Philly.
talking about the dude that he got Gardner Johnson.
All right, bro.
I fuck with him too.
I
I fuck with him too. He said name 3. I'm not saying he top 3. He just said name 3. Yo, bro, saying the name 3 cornerbacks off the top of my head while smoking and after a few cups of tequila and Red Bull is just crazy in general. Like, it's fucking cornerbacks. You ain't saying name wide receivers or nothing.
The only corners that are for sure better than we should just do our top 5 corners. But
look, I'm not even saying that I'm not saying he's not elite, bro. But to just say that somebody is the best and they only played 1 season, I feel like that's a bit much.
The only one I think's better than him is Marshawn Lattimore. That's it.
Lattimore was a beast too. He's still in New Orleans.
AJ Terrell in Atlanta. I could see that one too. But after that,
Patrick Surtain.
No, not yet.
He's top 5, but I don't think he's better than Sauce.
Look, I'm just using those 2 as example because those 2 to get the highest praise. But the way that people talking about these young Jets, like, look, Brees Hall coming off an ACL injury and Deion talking about running back by committee. He ain't even get a full practice in back-to-back days yet. And Deion already talking about running back committee, like, and he's saying that for a reason. He's saying that for a reason because of what is expected of him already before the Dalvin Cook signing. And that just, like, the way everybody necking these Jets already is just crazy to me. Like,
listen, I agree.
Let these dudes show some consistency before you start crowning them.
I agree when it comes to Brees and Garrett Wilson. Definitely Brees. How could you not? Sauce is crazy.
Nah, Sauce is legit. I'm just saying, like, I just can't leave him out of the conversation.
Cornerback is literally the hardest position to learn in the NFL.
Wait, what?
And he's like, he proved he's a lockdown corner as a fucking rookie. Coming from fucking Cincinnati to the NFL, locking dudes up, like, bro, he's legit, bro.
I think corner is like one of the few, and I feel this way about running back too, for what it's worth. Like those 2 positions, when you hit like 27, you're cut. So you have like your rookie contract to be great, and then maybe a year or 2 on your second contract, then it's typically over. Like look at Jalen Ramsey, for example. So like I don't know. I feel like that's one of the few positions where I think you can jump to that conclusion.
And that's the thing, because a lot of cornerbacks, like look at the dude on the Cowboys. He stinks. Stephon Diggs' brother, and he just got paid. But you get the interceptions, blah, blah, blah. Bro,
everybody talk about him like the same way they talk about Sauce, though.
And Sauce is better than him.
Sauce is way better.
I agree with that. But
a lot of these cornerbacks are zone cornerbacks. They're good when you ask them to cover a zone, but like, yo, go guard the other team's best wide receiver, and oh, by the way, there's no safety.
But see, that's another thing though. Like Sauce wasn't following the best wide receiver the whole season. Like they had somebody else who's a better man coverage than Sauce on the team.
Who?
What's this ugly dude name? See, I don't fuck with the Jets like
Look,
that.
you
remember everybody. Look, listen now.
Are you talking about the other rookie?
Nah, he's not a rookie.
By the way, I looked up the Seahawks cornerbacks. You're talking about Quandre Diggs as a safety.
Defensive back still, regardless.
Quincy Williams? Wait, no, that's a linebacker. Who's the fucking other corner on this?
DJ Reed.
Michael Carter Jr.? Is that the other dude you're talking about?
I'm about to tell you right now. Hold on.
It's Quincy. Yeah, he be talking out of his ass, bro.
Nah, see, you just be trying to act like I'm talking on my ass.
Oh, DJ Reed, I guess. Bryce Hall, maybe?
The fact that we don't
DJ
know
Reed?
means he's talking out his ass.
I gotta
bro.
see his face. Nah, you just assume
How
so
you gotta
because
see
you
his
just
face
want to
when they play
pretend
with
like you be
helmets?
watching shit.
Yo, Lerk, just take the L, bro. It's okay.
Nah, there's no L to take. Yeah, I think it is DJ
Bro,
Reed.
you're a Giants fan and you hate that thing neck in the Jets. I get it, bro. I get
Nah,
it. I get it.
Nah, listen,
you
I
just
agree.
you trying to play. You just trying to paint me a certain way because if it's your narrative, eat a glizzy.
I agree on Garrett Wilson. I mean, that dude, he had 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's a good season. But they acting like he's about to revolutionize the wide receiver position. Maybe, maybe not. So I agree with Lerk's statement on that. I do think that fool might go for 2,000 yards, but like if he don't, that one is that one
All right,
surprised me.
over under Lerk, 1,200 yards for Garrett Wilson.
1,200
1,200.
over under. I mean,
Well, better
Aaron
Yankee-
Rodgers is. I don't think 1,200 is that crazy anymore when it's
All
a
right.
passing league. Like,
All right,
but
1,300. 1,300. We'll bet a Yankee finish.
1,300 over under 1,300. I'll take the under.
All right, we'll bet a Yankee finish.
And how many touchdowns you said he had last year that everybody eating
Only
his
had-
close?
Touchdowns is the flukiest.
Wait,
is the flukiest
wait,
statistic.
hold on. How many?
4. He only had 4.
4.
He had Zach Wilson, bro. What are we
And what was
doing?
his yards? What was his yards exactly?
1,106.
1,106 with 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
And you said under 13, right, X? I'm gonna take under 6 touchdowns too.
I don't know about that one.
Under 6 touchdowns.
Just because like so many of
Now
Devontae
I
Adams,
want my name stitched on the side like back in the day. You know what I'm
so
saying?
many of Devontae Adams touchdowns with Rodgers were like the 1-yard slant. They throw like Rodgers throws a lot on the 1-yard line.
I'm gonna get you the throwback where it got the New York skyline on the shit too.
Nah, I want the
with the
I
Twin
want the,
Towers. I'm getting pre 9/11 skyline on your shit.
Nah, I want the Subway Series journey. The Yankees Mets Subway Series fitted.
If you want the one with the actual subway map on it, we throwing hands.
But not with the logo. Just with the
All right. Yeah, nah, I'm like, if you wanted the actual MTA shit where it should be,
bro.
Niggas be wilding. That's why I'm like,
I'm
yo,
gainfully employed, bro. You think I'm wearing some shit like that? Nah.
I mean, we all know that in your closet right now, you got size 38 jeans with the NBA team logo, with the NBA team logos going with the NBA team logos going down though.
Bro, yeah, I used to kill them. Niggas didn't want to see me in those. I was going crazy. The white tee and the feelers.
The feelers.
The white tee that I was wearing back then wouldn't fit me now.
With the
that was back when I thought I could grow braids, bro. So I had the fro and I had the double headband. You know what I'm saying?
The double headband. With the 5XT Harlem shaking on the roof.
No time
with a bottle of honey and a Dutch. He ain't even smoke, but he had a Dutch sticking out his spitted.